Hello and welcome. I'm Eleanor. This is Pink Pearl Tarot. This is normally a channel where I do readings, but I have discovered the fun of VRs and showing off my deck collection. This one is a hashtag 5 Oracle deck challenge, and this one is from A Riffle in Time. And I wanted to do an Oracle deck one because I actually have more Oracle decks than tarot decks because I think they're just they're a little bit more impulse buyable because since they aren't a tarot structure, there's just like the variety there's no limit there. Anyway, A Riffle in Time, her video is in the description so you can see the original one where this hashtag comes from. And I also want to say thank you to the first few people that I have met in TarotTube. You've been very welcoming and awesome, and thank you very much. So the first prompt is, show us a deck that you are currently using. Now the one that I have that is the most worn out and I actually bought, it's one of the first ones I bought 5 years ago. It is Soul Trees Oracle, and it's all trees. It does have chakra cards, which, as I was saying in my Let's Be Tarot Friends video, since I am not a scholar and I don't really have a routine learning practice, I study as I go. So whenever those come up, I do try to learn and remember just a little bit more each time. Now the Unique Gifts card, I'm sure it's the right one, yeah, Unique Gifts. This was my theme. I like to pull a theme card for myself every month from a different deck. This was my theme for March, I think. Yeah, so that is why my thumbnails for my readings are pink and blue. I kind of I don't know, use that to go off of. So let's see, as I show them off, I can show them off and read at the same time. So here are some of my other favorites. I find meaning in the colors and the shapes of the branches, like which directions they take, how they interact with each other. It's great for meditation or a monthly theme. It's good for an overall energy for a reading. And like I said, I don't like the meaning in the form of a word on the card, but that's for tarot. Like Oracle is different because they don't have names that are already associated with meanings, so it does have to have the word on it. So that is the one that I use the most often, so I guess I call it currently in use, even though I kind of try to rotate all the time. So the second prompt, my 5-star deck, which I guess is something that just checks off all the boxes for me. This is another one that I bought early, and I like the physical feel of it, and it looks more like a tarot deck. This is Vibrational Energy. And before I get too far, I wanted to say my favorite too. Yeah, I'm going to start with my favorite too. I like the Spiral Coil and the F word. Those are my favorite 2 cards from this deck. But I like how it has meanings that are open enough to be applicable to most lines of inquiry, and at the same time they're easy to drill down into an actionable prompt if I have like a specific question. So it's scalable, it's moldable, it's malleable. The artwork is beautiful, inviting. It pairs well with a more minimal tarot deck or like a pip deck because it makes a beautiful stage for the tarot to tell a story on. It's kind of like a picture book where these would be the illustrations and the tarot part would be the story and the text. And it's never confused me by negating what the tarot is saying, which does happen with other oracles sometimes. So that is Vibrational Energy. That's my 5-star. Next prompt is a deck that I keep putting off using. That would be, oops, I have these reversed. Deep, Dark, and Dangerous. Actually, I've just bought it. You can see that they're still in order. The numbers are still, I haven't even shuffled it. I haven't even barely touched it. I just haven't figured out exactly how I want to use it because it's only for people who are really, really, really open to honest self-reflection. It's not a hug deck. I love the shiny red sides. Ooh, shiny. I think it's important because it can be tempting to interpret the tarot more gently than what it's really saying, and the brutality gets by that. It's more direct, and it doesn't feel though as universally useful. Like I wouldn't want to use it as my monthly theme. It's like for very specific questions about blockages or about shadow work. So anyway, that is the one that I have not used yet. I've been putting it off. Underrated on YouTube. So I don't know if this is unequivocally true. Like, I haven't watched enough to know that it isn't out there more. But this one's kind of interchangeable with my 5-star because I don't really have an opinion on what other people should value in a deck. But I think I think it would show well on camera if people wanted to use it more. And I haven't seen it used much where I've been watching. So it is the Liminal Spirits Oracle. Oh, uh-oh. Party foul. Make sure I put them back the right way. Okay. Anyway, also, I think liminal is an underused word. Here, I'll just go this way. It's easier to flip. Yeah, so I think liminal is an underused word. My OCD loves the guidebook because it is 1 card per page. All of the colorful images on one side and the text on the other. I feel like the colors are exciting. It's nature, and it's a lot of things that I don't know what they are, and so I get to learn something while I use it. And like everything I said about the vibrational energy deck too, about it being kind of a stage, setting a stage for the story, that applies here too, except it has a more oracle-like feel because it's not tarot sized the way that one is. So that is that one. And then finally, a deck that I think everyone should have. And I don't have a specific one because tastes vary so much, but I will say I have brought out my sweet-ass Domination deck and my Rebel deck because it's time to let go, move the F on, drop the effing ego, vulnerability is hot. These are a little bit more wordy, but they call you out. I think everyone should have a deck that challenges them and calls them on their BS in a direct and uninterpretable way. Like, oh, the 4 of Swords reversed, maybe I'm not resting enough. I was like, no, maybe you need to get up off your ass, and that'll just tell you. It'll tell you straight up, and you can't get around it. There's no channeling, there's no intuition. It's just going to tell you what it is that you aren't getting. And I also, as a bonus, I think everyone should have one that makes them laugh. I don't typically like decks that have so many words. I like more pictures and less words, but I like this one for laughing because sometimes the tension needs to be broken in a reading. So that is my #5 Oracle deck challenge. Thank you, Everfull in Time, and I'll see you in the next one. I'm going to have fun doing these.